Hey everyone, welcome back to ScoreCentre. My name is Dave and it's lovely to have your company. Today another big episode. We've got my round 2 AFL tips. We'll see how I did last round and how all of you went in Scorey's tipping comp. Super excited to see who is top of the leaderboard from round 1. And we also have the eBay top 10 for Aussie cards and international. And there are some absolutely superb cards as always on the list. Firstly, let's get into the tipping. Round 1, the first proper round of the year. And I did 5 tips. Now I did say last week, I did have a couple of upset predictions that either I would be flying high with them or a bit embarrassed, and it kind of went the latter. But let's have a look. We kick things off with the traditional Carlton v Richmond, and Carlton did win that, but it was very, very close. Not quite my 17 points there, but we did get that win. The Pies are just not feeling 2024. Another loss, 2 losses to kick off the season. Of course, back in 2018, the Pies did start the year with 2 losses and ended up in the grand final. So it's not year over just yet, but they have been looking pretty lackluster, unfortunately, but that's all right. These things happen. And Sydney are absolutely looking very, very, very strong. So we got that tip wrong, and yeah, there you go. Hawthorn were doing pretty well. It was relatively close-ish, but then the Bombers definitely took control of the throttle there to have a very impressive win there without Darcy Parish. So yeah, Bombers doing very well. The Giants continuing to do superbly. North losing there. We got that correct. Geelong St Kilda, I did say I thought this would be one of the best games of the round, and it was a very, very exciting encounter. The first game to welcome in the new Joel Selwood stand. So yeah, very exciting game. We did get that correct. We did go for the Suns, and the Suns were looking very in control for most of the game. And I was watching the game, and in the third quarter, I ended up turning it off because I thought, oh, this is just, there's no way the Crows are going to win. They're not going to be competitive. And in that final quarter, they really, really came back to only lose by 6 points. Really scaring the Suns there. So yeah, they came away with the victory, but in the end, the Crows were close to winning that there, or at least drawing. The Bulldogs, that was one of the other games that I thought they might be able to win, but it wasn't to be. The D's much too good there. Port Adelaide won over the Eagles, but the Eagles, I actually quite enjoyed watching that game. It was relatively close. As the game went on, Port did increase their lead, but I really enjoyed watching the Eagles. That was a fun game. And then finally, remember I said, look, I've tipped 2 upsets. Surely I can't tip 3. I was saying, my gut was saying I want to go for Freo, but I didn't. See, I shouldn't have listened to myself the first 2 times, but when I wanted to go for Freo, see, that's when I should have listened to myself. There you go, Freo over the Lions. The Lions, like the Pies, Zip wins for the year. Let's get into round 2 tipping. And we've got St Kilda taking on my Pies on Thursday night. I'm gonna go for the Pies, but yeah, I mean, who knows? I think let's go, do I really want to do a really low? Let's go for 7. We'll go for 7. I was gonna go for 3, but then I was like, I can't really take that much pressure and excitement. 7 is a buffer. It's a goal and a point, so we'll go with that. But it's a lucky dip, really. Friday night we have Adelaide taking on Geelong. Look, Adelaide, they did lose to the Suns at home, but they did come back in the end. At Adelaide, it's a bit of a different story. We're going to go for the Crows. I reckon that will be a fun game. Got North taking on Freo at Marvel. I'm almost tempted to go for the Roos here. Even though Freo had a good win over Brisbane, do I want to go for North? Look, I feel like we've gone this far. Look, I had a 5 out of 9 to kick off tipping. Let's just do it. Let's go for North Melbourne over Fremantle at Marvel. There you go. Hawthorn over Melbourne. Hawthorn playing Melbourne. Every time I've gone for Hawthorn, I feel like they can win it. They don't. Now that I'm going against Hawthorn, they will probably win. But I'm not feeling it this week. I'm feeling Melbourne. Then Saturday night, the other Saturday night game, we have the Swans taking on Essendon at the SCG. It's really, really difficult to go against the Swans, especially when they're playing at home. Then our 3 Sunday games. We've got the Bulldogs taking on the Gold Coast. Now this is at Mars. They're playing it at Mars, which is in Ballarat. Now the Bulldogs do very well at Mars, so I'm going to go for the Bulldogs. Probably wouldn't have gone for the Bulldogs if it was anywhere else, but they seem to do well. I don't actually know what the stats are at Mars, but I feel like they kind of almost always win there. So we will go for them. And then we've got Richmond taking on Port Adelaide at the MCG. And I'm going to go for the Tigers. I just like Port are fantastic, and I really enjoyed watching Port play the Eagles. And you know, Richmond had that loss to Carlton, but it was very, very close. It was very, very close. They could have won that game, Richmond. So at the G, I feel like Richmond are going to bounce back, and they're going to have a win on Sunday Arvo, and then we finish the round at Optus Stadium. We've got the Eagles taking on the Giants. I'm going to go for the Giants there now. So I'm going for the Pies by 7. I'm going for Adelaide. I'm tipping an upset. I'm tipping North Melbourne over Freo. I've got Melbourne. I've got the Swans. We've got the Bulldogs. And I'm tipping the Tigers against Port. And we've got GWS. Let's check in with the comp. The tipping comp. Scorey's tipping comp. Of course, the overall winner at the end of the year will win a box of Team Coach or Footy Stars if that's more your jam, or NRL cards if you don't like AFL. That happened last year. It can happen again. Let's have a look. Who is so for round 1? Well, I guess technically it's the same thing because we started the tipping from round 1. We're not counting round 0. So congratulations, Jack D. You are this week's top tipper with 8. Nobody else had 8. Well done. I wonder what that one game you got wrong was. And an 11 margin. Very well done. Your username is 220474. Maybe a birthday. If it is a birthday, that means you've got a big birthday coming up next month. Very, very nice. And then we have Cam in 2nd spot and Brownie in 3rd. And then we have lots of wonderful people. Nice to see some old favourites, some newies as well. I think Talia Bell, Eagle Zone. Talia Bell, fantastic member of the card community. Not sure if she was in the tipping last year, but great to see her here. And everybody, thank you for joining. And yeah, so I will see you back next week to see how everybody does in the tipping. Here we go, eBay top 10 time. We kick things off with the Aussie cards that sold between March 11 and Sunday, March the 17th. And here we go in 10th spot for $699. We have from 2022, this is Patrick Cripps, Brownlow medalist signature booklet. It's the gold version, which came out of Footy Stars. Oh, such an amazing booklet. We love these so much. That was booklet number 148 out of 185. In ninth spot, for 700, people are trying to get their booklets, trying to make their predictions and get in quick. We've got the Daicos Platinum Brownlow Predictor. The Platinums come out of Hobby, and yeah, let's have a look. I think this is one of the best designs they've had for a while for the Brownlow Predictors. But spoiler alert, we do actually have another Daicos Brownlow Predictor coming up, which has a clearer photo. So we'll take a little bit more time with that one. This is number 13 of only 60, of course. Then in 8th spot for $721.33, we have the Daicos Absolute out of Footy Stars. Oh, the Absolutes, they're a case hit. They look absolutely stunning. This is numbered 8 out of 70. Oh, hooly dooly, how much better are these than the Iconics? As a case hit, like no shade on the Iconics, but as a case hit, these look like a proper case hit. Oh, so good. Fingers crossed we can hit at least one this year. We actually picked up 2 Iconics last year, which is slightly annoying because we never got a showstopper. We never picked up a marquee, and those are stunning looking cards. You know, those were case hits a few years ago. But, oh man. Anyway, the Absolutes are absolutely stunning. That is such a beautiful looking card. And there you go. In 7th spot for 730, we've got another Daicos Platinum Brownlow Predictor. Oh, they look so good. I love the background. It's almost like a wallpaper of Brownlow metal designs. Oh, huge fan of this year's design. We haven't actually picked up any Brownlow Predictors this year, so I haven't actually seen any in hand. Although that is a really beautiful photo as well. Just like the clarity of that. eBay can be very hit and miss. There can be a lot of blurry photos taken at weird angles. Whoever sold this, congrats on your photo taking skills, because that's one of the best photos I've seen. Like, fantastic photography there. And that was card number 44 out of 60. Oh, another Absolute in 6th spot for 770. I feel like we've only had Patrick Cripps and Daicos on the list so far. They are owning the list. We have Patrick Cripps's Absolute. Oh, and this is number 9, and it is a jumper number as well. So how good is that? Jumper number Cripps, Absolute. Oh, I so hope we can find one this year. They look absolutely stunning. Then in equal 5th, of course, it's another Patrick Cripps. In equal 5th spot for 800, we have his Luminous Myriad Signature Redemption out of, well, it could be out of Footy Stars, it could be out of Footy Stars Hobby, it could be out of Footy Stars Starter Pack. Who knows? But they are fantastic. We'll wait and see when they are being signed. But yeah, getting a Signature Redemption is always super fun. But getting a Patrick Cripps, how good would that be? That is number 95 out of 99. And then also selling for 800, we have the North Melbourne Platinum Rising Star Predictor from last year. So we do know, of course, Harry Sheasel won the Rising Star. So this is a live predictor, if you will. Of course, the Platinum Predictors come out of Hobby. And that was card 55 out of 60. So the Lucky Ducks who won that will be able to, or bought that, will be able to redeem that for their booklet. Then in 3rd spot, our first non-AFL card or card set on the list this week, selling for a clean grand, we've got the Penrith Panthers NRL 3-peat signature set. I believe this is like a 23 card set, so you have pretty much the whole team signing cards. So it's a huge signature set, and that was released by TLA at the end of last year. So yeah, the Panthers 3-peat, massive Then in second spot for 1,250, we have the Matty Lloyd goal kicking greats signature out of Supremacy 2021. And that is card 37 out of 50. Goal kicking greats. Fantastic set there. And in first spot this week, selling for 1,300, we have a Mal Meninga Kmart redemption card. So, you know, obviously we've got the Kmart Footy Star starter packs, but Kmart have been interested in sports cards going all the way back to at least the 90s. So this is there was 100 of these released in 1995 in Dynamic Marketing. So Dynamic Marketing were making the ARL cards back then. And so they had you can win. Let's have a look at the back. So it's a gift voucher. It's a $50 gift voucher. If you found this card, you are the lucky winner of a $50 Kmart gift voucher. You just send that card in, together with your name, address, age and phone number, to Kmart winner, PO Box 1324, North Sydney. Your card will be returned with the gift voucher. A $50 Kmart gift voucher. I wonder what this person spent theirs on. There's only 100 of these. This was card number 39. So obviously with that hole punch, it had been redeemed. But it's also been graded by CGA. So it's got an 89 mint grading there. Wow, that is such a peculiar card, very specific. And yeah, wow, that's our number one card on eBay this week. But then we turn our attention to the top 10 international cards on eBay Australia for the same time period. And in 10th spot for 1,800, we have a Ja Morant Ruby Horizontal Patch Auto out of Flawless 21-22. We love these, we love our patch cards. That is card 5 out of 15. In 9th spot for 2,000, we have Francisco Alvarez, 1/1 Super Fractor. How amazing is this? So the Super Fractors, the insert set is him, and the Super Fractors are 1 every 41,237 packs. Absolutely insane. So this sold for 2,000. It's out of Bowman's Best 23. I love that Super Fractor, the gold vinyl splash thing going on. And there in the top left hand corner, you've got your 1/1. Epic, absolutely epic. Then in 8th spot for $2,034, we've got the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird finalists dual auto out of Upper Deck's exquisite collection 07-08. Of course, two huge names of NBA. That's card 23 of 25. Then in 7th spot for $2,424, we've got Victor Wembanyama, best of 22-23 auto out of Bowman U Best 22-23. This is a SGC 9.5 for Victor. We've had a few of his cards on the list so far this year. In 6th spot for 2,500, we've got a Jabari Smith Jr. RPA out of National Treasures 22-23. That's 51 out of 99 for that. In 5th spot for 3,000, we've got Dennis Rodman. I think this is the first Dennis Rodman card we've had on the list that I can recall. You know how my memory is, but I'm fairly certain this is our first Dennis Rodman card. This is an exquisite enshrinement out of Upper Deck Exquisite 0405. It's being graded a Beckett 8.5 and it's card 22 out of 25. Then in fourth spot for 3,700, we've got a bit of round ball game action here. Cristiano Ronaldo. We have a ruby parallel of the framed autographs out of UEFA Champions League Museum 22-23. It's got that gold frame. It's card number 19 out of 25. And we continue with the Ronaldo love. This is in third spot for 4,000. So this is out of Topps Simplicidad UEFA Club 23-24. We've got a Mementos Iconicos autograph 3 of 5. That is an absolutely stunning photo. And well, the actual photo of the goal is stunning. The photo of the card could be a lot better. Going back to what I was saying before, so unfortunately there's no high-res image. That's the best that we could do, but use your imagination. It's a stunning looking card. It's an incredible goal. It's an incredible photo, and that is card 3 of just 5. So Topps Simplicidad is a Spain-only release, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Then in second spot for 4,500, we have Caitlin Clark's Orange Refractor Prime Signature out of Bowman U 22-23. It's a PSA 9. Now, Caitlin Clark is apparently one of the all-time points scorers. People are going absolutely crazy for her. I don't really follow basketball. I don't follow college basketball. So to be honest, I hadn't heard of her. I had to Google her. So I thought, why is somebody spending $4.5 grand on her card when I haven't even heard of her? Well, that's me being a fool, because apparently she is an absolute sensation. So let's have a look as well. That's the orange refractors are numbered out of 25, and that is card 15. Apparently just people are absolutely queuing, going crazy for her. People are obsessed. There you go. Number 1. Let's have a look. We haven't seen a Michael Jordan card on the list. Do we have a Michael Jordan? No, we don't. But we do have another absolute great. We have Kobe Bryant in first spot for 6,400. We have his all-time buckets signature. This is out of Panini Kobe Eminence 17-18. There is a diamond in that card. It is numbered 3 out of 10. And apparently when this came out, the boxes were selling for, in Australian dollars, around $20,000 a box for Kobe Eminence. So kind of makes sense that the card is worth that much. I love the gold autos. Hopefully that that texture lasts. I have had some gold signatures that do fade. So hopefully that's not going to bedevil that card, because it is beautiful. Black and gold is just perfect. 3 out of 10. That is the eBay top 10 for this week. Okay, it's follow my predictors time now. We turn to the Coleman medal ladder. I haven't picked up any Coleman medal predictors so far this year, so I don't have anybody that I'm following, but let's have a look how people are doing. And clearly you want to get a GWS or a Carlton Coleman predictor at this point, because in the league we have Jesse Hogan having a fantastic period in his career. He kicked 6 goals against North, and to bring his tally for the year to 10. He did have a career high last year. I think he almost cracked 50 goals. So yeah, Jesse Hogan currently on fire, and his teammate Callum Brown also doing very well, kicking 2 goals in this round to bring his tally to 7. So they're both outright leaders in 1 and 2 for the Coleman. And then of course, Charlie Kerner. You can't have a Coleman medal list without Charlie. You can't have a Coleman medal list without Harry either. So they're both on 6. Harry kicking 3, Charlie managing the 2 against Richmond. Then we've got Logan McDonald doing very well. He's kicked 5 for the year, including 4 this round. We've got Malcolm Rosas for the Gold Coast, as well as Ben King for the Gold Coast, both on 5. Then let's turn our attention to the Rising Star Predictor, because that is one of the predictors that I have picked up. We managed to pick up a West Coast Eagles Platinum Rising Star Predictor. So very, very happy with that. Obviously, look, Harley Reid's had so much attention on him going into the Eagles' first round. And certainly my eyeballs were on him after picking up this West Coast Rising Star Predictor. Look, it's really, really hard to tell this early. But yeah, so favorites for the Rising Star, of course, got Harley Reid. We've also got the Bulldogs' Riley Sanders. North Melbourne have a couple of guns with George Wagler and Colby McKercher. And Melbourne as well, Caleb Windsor. So it'll be fascinating to see how the Rising Star progresses. Obviously, last year we did pick up a Brisbane Rising Star Predictor, and Will Ashcroft came second. So will we get another second place finish? Can we get a first place finish for the Rising Star Predictor? Well, watch this space, let's follow, and as we pick up more predictors throughout the year, we will keep adding and seeing how our luck can go. Thank you very much for tuning in this week. I will see you again next Tuesday for another Score Centre. Coming up on the channel on Thursday, we'll have Footy Stars. On Saturday, normally we would be doing Team Coach, but Team Coach is still not out. I'm hearing Monday the 25th of March, so not sure what I'm doing on Saturday, so watch this space. And then Sunday is our NRL Traders, so I'm really looking forward to that. I can't wait for your company for those, but until then, stay cool, take care. My name's Dave, this is Scorecard Collectibles, and I can't wait to see you next time.